Greetings and salutations. I am Bajongles, and if you enjoy my content, consider following me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Bajongles1, where I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at noon Pacific Standard Time. You could also, if you'd be so kind, check out my Bluesky and Tumblr, both at BigBoyArt1, username Bajongles. Also, if you wanted to check my VODs out, consider liking and subscribing here on YouTube. It would be much appreciated. And with that, back to your regularly scheduled program. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Give me just a moment so I can grab my phone. Because I need to have chat, frankly. I am returned. I am become clown destroyer of sad. Oh shit! You warped like on OBS. Your form of warped really funnily. You have no bones.
That's the secret. I use magic to remove all of my bones.
Gilderoy
My
Lockhart
bones to
don't
break.
have a shit on Potato Jeremy. Let me start this music.
No,
There we go. All right, how is everybody? How's everything? Are things going smoothly? I've noticed that usually Thursdays don't have very many people watching, which is cool and also based because it's a Thursday. I don't fucking expect people to tune in at noon on a workday. However, that does mean that it might be a more mellow time. There we go. All right.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I just remembered. I just remembered. So
Shit.
I talked about salty. I've talked to you specifically about salty job. Jeremy.
I think
So she works a fair bit with narrative declaration and Ogre Popenang. I'm going to send you some
Yeah.
stuff, and it might take a while to load because your internet's slow.
Yeah.
But she did some fan art of Ross.
Oh. Oh, it just loaded almost instantly, and oh.
Yeah, she just did some fan art of fucking Ross. It's so good. I love her art. Alright, how's the music
That's
coming
really
in?
good.
Actually, let me check. I have the technology.
Uh,
I'm going to start
are you,
streaming my
are you like
Krita
animating?
on your end right now
You're
because I'm
doing
going to be swapping over. I
glad
don't
that
have
it's like
any
viewing
projects
and also
open,
it's all right.
but like, it should be fine. Switching over to art time. There we go.
Yeah, it should be
Okay, the music's
fine.
coming in
Yeah.
nicely on my phone, which is great. All right, what to draw? What to draw? I am quite uncertain. What do you think we should do? I could do the mythology dating sim stuff, but as you say, you've been sort of uh busy and haven't thought about it a lot. I just which is perfectly understandable. I do the same thing. I make the same
Yeah,
mistake.
no.
There's also
There's
just like
something
clown.
what would you call?
Also, could you
Hold on.
turn up
Uh,
your audio input in Discord?
there's also like what?
Or like, yeah, could you turn
Hold
up your
on.
mic? You're very quiet for me.
Give me 1 second. Audio.
Oh wow.
Uh, it's already on max.
Oh
All right,
shit, you
okay,
might just
but
need to
but
get closer
hold on,
then.
give me 1 second. All right, hold on.
Alright, and let's see for music.
No.
Let me turn that up in OBS. Alright. Alright, there we go. Very cool, very pug. I'll turn down the music on Sound Mixer. There we go. Alright, try speaking.
All right. We're funny wizard man.
Funny moment. Alright, you're coming in louder, which is good. It's very good, very pug. Alright, trying to figure out what to draw. I could do clown, I could do mythology. I guess I could do any concept art, really. Or, like, I guess any world building. Because, like, that's sort of the theme of today's, that it is world building art. Hmm.
All right. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I need to continue on that piece. Let me see.
Whatever.
Okay.
Bubbles. Hold on.
Clown.
I I'm turning this up.
All right, Pog. Okay, you sound perfect.
Okay, is this better? Hold
Yes.
on.
Let me look in OBS.
Is this better?
Yes, I might actually need to turn you down in OBS, which is perfect. All right, there we go. All right, that should be awesome. I almost click.
Is this better?
I barely missed clicking exit on OBS on accident. That could have been very bad. That could have been very
Can you
not
hear me?
good. Yes, you're coming in great. You're coming in great. You're coming in wonderful. Man, I'm very proud of this man. Look at him. I, I I didn't realize until after I drew this pose. This is the Luffy Gear Second pose. That's very funny. Oh shit, he died. Hello? Yellow.
Uh,
Ah, I see
uh,
the toll of messing with the weave has been heavy on your soul and body. Like the fucking Seth Rogen, like that one like Seth Rogen impression was like, I'm gonna knock you up. It knocks you out in the trunk of a car.
Oh,
I I
don't
hate
do it. No.
I both hate and love that so much. Oh boy.
Yeah, no.
Huh.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I'm down with the sickness. Wah wah wah. But you know when am I not? What? Why are you green? Oh, it's overlay.
I
Okay.
don't know.
It turned into grass. That's good to know for color theory. But in fact, color theory is not real and it will hurt you. How does that
It's not,
work?
no. Also, you're not streaming on my end. Like you're not streaming your credit for the Discord.
I am? Let me start over again.
And
There we go. Here we are.
stream. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, look at this
Okay, it's
fucker right
loading.
here. Is it loading in for you? Let's see if it's loading. It should be loading.
Hold on, it's loading.
Uh,
Well, it's not. Oh, there.
Alright, there it is, yeah. This is the guy TM that I've
There
been
we
working on.
go. Now it's loaded. Okay.
Alright, Pog. Yeah, no, look at yeah. Imagine this guy comes up to you and runs at you.
Very nice, very funny.
Very funny and cool. Let's see, there we go. Need to lower it down to 8. So I've talked about my process on stream. you me when me when they have games on their phone. But, you know, I've talked about it on stream because like I was just doing this live, and that's very cool and awesome. Uh, but I will say to you because you probably haven't been keeping up with my streams because you're fucking busy and time is weird. T- time is relative to where you are on this bitch of an earth. That basically the idea for this whole like
Time
world.
is a flat circle.
Time is a flat circle, and I'm throwing it like a fucking frisbee. But yeah, no, like the deal with this guy is that he's the final boss of a world where basically it starts out his goons are raiding a village. Like this is sort of the story that the circus that everything is set in is telling. So it's almost like a story within a story. And like this person's goons are like ransacking a town at the foot of a mountain, and you need to like go up and fucking deal with them is sort of the thing. Like, so the whole world is the town, then you go up the mountain, and then you fight this guy, and that's sort of like the basic layout of it with a bunch of different more complex little bits in there. Oh, once I figure that out. But the whole show that they're doing, like the whole
Alright.
thing is sort of based on a Curio's Cabinet of Curiosities from Cirque du Soleil. where basically, what
Alright.
fucking layer is this on? What layer is that? What layer are you? Did I merge the fucking layers? I did. You see, this is me when I'm stupid. This is you're watching me be stupid in
Dude,
real
I get that
time.
already.
Yeah, we all knew that I
We
was
all have our
stupid.
stupid moments. It just
Yes.
we all have our stupid moments. It's just now it's your turn. Have yours.
Yeah, it's my turn. Mila grew Despicable Me 1.
I'm
Okay,
pretty sure
my turn. Sorry for interrupting. I didn't realize it till I was halfway through the
my turn.
sentence.
And you know what? One of these days it will be my turn to have a stupid moment. And one of these days it will be my turn to have a stupid moment, and then it will be cringe, and I will.
And then you will piss and shit and cry.
I,
It is your turn, my child,
God
to
damn it!
be silly.
God damn it! Hold
Something happening? Alright.
me a second.
Potato Jeremy will return. Giant anteaters have been rampaging on the ground floor of his wizard tower. Don't mind that. Boot, 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 boot. Ra da 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 dum. Ra da da. Ra da 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 do. Da 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 do. Da 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 do dum dum. Ba da da do. It's time for clowning and towning. I don't know. I have a very fun and interesting plan. You see, I want to do a lot of stuff to update my shit, for the stream, so that everything is cool and updated and stuff. I eventually want to have a bunch of different like PNG tubers on call, not on call, but like in my funny closet, much like Suits, so that I can just sort of have one that does different shit. I could have a different PNG tuber for when oh, he died. Potato Jeremy's dead. He'll be back in a minute. He can't die forever. He uses necromancy. It should be fine. Oh well. Oh well, it's fine. It shouldn't be too concerning. There is no war in Bossing Say, after all. Yo, welcome back. It seems that your use of necromancy was faster than normal. Hello? Yellow? Did your shit disconnect and reconnect while you were gone? Or while you're gone? That happens sometimes. Oh well, cannot be helped. I want to have a bunch of PNG tubers on call, or not, again, in my closet eventually, so that I could have basically a bunch of different outfits that I could do for what the fuck ever. I need to finish work on the Portal one so bad. I need to finish the Portal one. Because I really like that one. It's very nice, and I just kind of need to work on it, frankly. I also need to update the one that I currently have. I think that I'm gonna keep like the ones that I do for games simple, just like 2 images, and have the ones that I do for more like complex things like this or stuff that I do more often. Uh, Rather, like, I'll have those be more complicated, and then once all that's done, I can actually take commissions, which I'm thinking of actually having the money I take for commissions being in euros, because the USD is very unstable currently, and it's gonna soon no longer be the global currency. And so I think that would be a smarter move, frankly. Wow. Do, 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 wow. I guess I guess he disconnected and reconnected to the mortal coil without actually being back in his body. Oh well, that happens sometimes. Thus is the life of a potato. How beautiful is that fucking pig? Because I am fucking Steve. Oh yeah. I am placing blocks and shit cause I'm in fucking Minecraft. I am placing blocks and shit cause I'm in fucking Minecraft. Oh my god. Is that fucking pig? Because I am fucking Steve. Minecraft. Oh my god. Is that?
I'm back.
Yo, welcome back.
Uh,
You disconnected and reconnected while you were gone. So I was like, oh, does that
Makes
mean you're
sense.
back? No, it didn't.
Sounds about right, you know?
Yeah, so I said,
Sounds like something my internet would do, just being
I
like,
said that you
huh.
revived, but your soul wasn't back in your body yet.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that tends to happen. Let's see, how's okay? Gremlin is on their computer, which is interesting. It's interesting because usually they're on their phone because fucking they work night
Mm.
shift. You could probably relate to that. Uh, shit happen, shit starting late.
Something seems off here.
Something's fucking wrong. But yeah, no, while you were gone, I was talking about like my plans for a bunch of different like PNG tuber models for myself to act like fucking suits. And to act like funny suits that I can put on when I'm doing like different stuff. Like I'm thinking of eventually making one that's like One Piece because I'm doing that like One Piece art series on Tuesdays.
Yeah,
Until like I either decide to give up on that or One Piece is over and then I finish all the characters.
yeah.
Which he says 5 more years, but he's been saying 5 more years for the last like 20. So I don't necessarily believe him when he says it's only 5 more years. Well, he said 5 more years a couple of years ago, so yeah. One Piece is really good. Uh, maybe skip the Toei animation though. Maybe skip Toei. Dressrosa fucking
Why?
sucks, dude.
Man, fuck Toy.
Yeah, no, fuck Toei. You wanna know something? You wanna know something Toei did?
What?
Okay, so the character Shirahoshi, the mermaid princess in the Mermaid Island arc.
Yeah.
She is a young teenager. She is in the lower half of teenage years. In
Yeah.
the original manga, Sanji is not infatuated by her. He's very normal around her, actually. But the Toei anime decided to make him horny for Shirahoshi. That was not a manga thing. Oda didn't do that. I mean, Sanji isn't
Mm,
exactly old. He's like 19 in post time skip, but still, that's like 19 versus like what? 13? Where it's like isn't the worst that I've seen in anime, but still it's not great. And then suddenly, like Wano and onward, they decided to actually care about the One Piece animation because it was like actually making them money. Like, where was this shit in Dressrosa? Where was this shit in like anywhere post time skip? I don't know. I'm just upset at a big company for doing big company stuff. God, I had some ideas for for the funny game, uh, for the um, for the dating game, and then I forgot
yeah.
them, and I should have written them down when I remembered, but I was in the middle of editing when I suddenly got a flash of inspiration. I got a flash of inspiration, and now it's gone. It's fucking gone, dude.
The inspiration is gone. Light is fading. And there's not much time left in this world.
Dark Souls ass dialogue. The fire fades, and with it. God, I love that reminds me. I love Dark Souls 2. I was starting to quote King Vendrick from Dark Souls 2. It's a very good game. I know that it's not the most popular. As the most popular is actually Dark Souls 3 by number count. But like, still it's a worthwhile game. It's very good. It's very cool. It actually has a lot to say, a lot of valuable insights that I take into my personal life. It's a very good game. I suggest everybody here, even if there's nobody, which it looks like there's nobody, but that doesn't fucking matter. I'm shouting into the universe, people go fucking play it. The Skull of the First Sin version is good. It doesn't matter what the OG version fanboys say. It's good. Play it. The fact that they managed to have like what double or three times the bosses of Dark Souls 1 and still had like the same percentage of quality bosses as Dark Souls 1 is fucking impressive. They should have cut a bunch of those bosses. They really should have because there were too many. But still, like the fact that they were able to manage that is fucking amazing. With the troubled development too. Like I'm trying to remember the movie, but there's a movie that I really like that had a similar thing where like they switched directors and basically The Hobbit. The Hobbit movies had a similar style of development to Dark Souls 2, where the main like director of the game and the main original director of the Hobbit movies, uh, either quit or got shoved out, and then they had to completely restart from scratch because that person's vision was like unique, and the person replacing
I
them couldn't make up for
you're
it.
you're cutting out.
Sorry, sorry.
You're
That
cutting out.
that that happens when I'm near
Cutting
technology. It
out.
seems.
You're cutting
Fuck.
out.
Fucking hello.
Yeah, I'm
Am I
here.
coming in clear?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Good. I was in the middle of an impassioned rant about stuff I love, and now I'm out of it because shit was cutting out. That's cool and awesome. Where the fuck was I? Where the fuck was I?
I don't even know.
Oh yeah, I remember. So Potato Jeremy. Do you know who the original director for the Hobbit films was gonna be before they got pushed out by executives? It was Guillermo del Toro. The
Yeah.
Hobbit movies could have been a duology called Unexpected Journey and There and Back Again, directed by Del Toro.
No. Mm.
But instead, the executives didn't want him in it for whatever reason. Because there were like five fucking studios that all wanted different things. Like, literally, it was
Uh,
five studios! That's too many! And and yet even in the final version I find that there's a lot that is cool and worthwhile about the Hobbit trilogy, even some in Battle of the Five Armies, even though that movie does kind of suck, right? Like there's some like beautiful moments and like actually heartfelt stuff in those movies, but they had a
yeah.
troubled development.
Yeah.
And a similar
Yeah.
thing sort of happened with Dark Souls 2, where the original person, I forget his name, uh like basically had it at the end of like alpha, like it was about to go into beta, basically. And then ended up like either quitting or getting pushed out. I think he just quit. And then the new person that came in, who would later on be the co-director for Elden Ring, fun fact, would take on the reins and basically have to completely restart Dark Souls 2 now with a bunch of crunch time
Mm.
because like they still had the same or similar deadline, much like The Hobbit. And it's interesting that two different like media properties that I really like both had really troubled developments. It's almost like I like stuff that is kind of troubled, like stuff that's not perfect but is otherwise worthwhile and has something to say. I almost like better than stuff that is like flawless. I don't know why that is, but it is a way that I am. But yeah, no, more of the story is that you can find like meaning and value in anything, no matter how troubled the development was, or like even if it has legitimate like actual flaws that are worth pointing out and like taking into consideration. Like the Hobbit movies are a fucking mess. They were not meant to be three movies. but like the fact that their three movies more had to do with crunch time, and the fact that they like couldn't get everything they wanted to do for the second movie into the second movie in time. And so they had to release the second movie the way they did, and then like still had part of the story left, so they had to make a third movie. It was it was honestly kind of cringe of the studios that were basically controlling the production. Sorry for banging outside. You were talking about construction in your wizard tower. There's stuff going on outside, and there's banging on my window because stuff keeps hitting it. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. Let me go to grid view.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. All right. And I see people make up, and this is another similar thing. I see a lot of videos of people make like videos that a lot of different people make, sort of getting on the hate wagon for both pieces of media and going, they are absolutely irredeemable and they suck and I hate them. They're doo-doo feces, and I people who play them should play the game or watch the movies should feel bad.
All right.
And it's like, I don't know. There's a couple of videos of people that are like, yeah, I don't really like these, but like I aren't actively being hateful for content, and those people I fucking respect. Like I respect more than other people making videos that are like, I like these games actually, because a lot of those videos for both The Hobbit and Dark Souls 2 end up being just like contrarian to the people that say, oh wait, but yeah, no, I'll just repeat what I said. Like contrarian to the people who don't like it, which is weird. Alright, hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Sorry.
Yeah, internet bad, I get
I
it.
didn't know what the fuck was going on. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, what was happening on your end?
Eh.
But yeah, no, as I was saying, a lot of the videos talking about both of these properties being like, it's good actually, or like just being contrarian to the people that don't like it, and sometimes they ignore the genuine like actual flaws and issues with both pieces of media.
I don't know. It just said. And fuck it. I'm just gonna.
It just said, "Fuck it, I'm going to kill you.
Die.
I'm going to die you." What color? Dead. There we go. Okay. That's better. You know, so like at the end of the day, I honestly respect the people that don't like the other pieces of, like those like Hobbit or Dark Souls 2, but aren't like just being hateful. Because it's like, yeah, I don't like this. Like it's fine though. I see why people like it, and like talk about some of the good things, but go like, I can't get past like, oh, let's see, what's a thing in Dark Souls 2 that everyone doesn't really like? The adaptability. Adaptability is a legitimate issue. It is not the best mechanic, but people don't like it is misunderstood, and so it works a bit differently than people think it does. However, the fact that it is misunderstood so much.
You're cutting out again.
fuck. Okay, that might just be a Discord
Oh, there,
thing.
there, there we go. There we go. Okay, okay, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah,
Okay. Alright, Pog.
you're fine now.
Alright, that's cool and Pog. Where was it? Oh yeah. And there I've been looking into both Hobbit and Dark Souls 2 because I want to do different series on like stuff that I really like or liked growing up or stuff that I liked then that I like now. Hey, Twitch on my phone, why did you crash? Hey, Twitch on my phone.
Said.
There we go. Okay. It is in. It is cool. It is Pog. Okay. Uh, so yeah, I've been looking at like a bunch of stuff on those things. I've been looking into like behind the scenes stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that I wish stayed in, but they had to cut for time. It's always having to cut for time. Like for instance, in Dark Souls 2, one of my absolute least favorite areas is the gutter. Uh, yeah, it's like the gutter and the Grave of Saints, which are two different areas, but they're kind of like connected. And they were so much cooler in the original in the original alpha version because the gutter ended up just being like a trash hole, like literally a trash hole that you fall down into and you go into it and then like it's fine, but it's nothing to write home about. Meant to be sort of a poison town, kind of like Blight Town in Dark Souls 1. Uh, with like swamps at the bottom and poison but the gutter currently as it stands now has like poison spitting statues. And like that's a cool idea. It's interesting. Now in the alpha version, it was an entire town underneath the castle. Because what was originally happening was that the kingdom employed basically dwarves, the Girn. Like they're humans, but like they're dwarves. Right? They're like fancy dwarves, but they're technically people. Like human people. And they employed them to build the
As we all
sewer
know.
systems under the kingdom, and then decided that they were like decided to be racist against them and trap them into their own sewers. So basically, the gutter was originally a whole ass town of these people. And it was really cool, and it was built upon houses upon houses upon houses upon houses and it would have been attached to like the under bit of the castle, and there would have been like cool sewer grates and shit. It would have been awesome. And it's still there in the alpha files. And the Grave of Saints connected to it. And I forget exactly how it was better, but I remember it was a lot more labyrinthine and like non-linear and allowed for some actual like complex exploration rather than everything being more linear like the final game, which is fine. It actually is good for the game in its final form in terms of like story structure. Like it makes sense. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but but it but there's definitely a lot being missed. And another thing is that uh, the best character in all of Dark Souls 2, kind of a joke. I like some better, but like a really good character, Gavlan. Gavlan, the gear merchant. The guy who says
Yeah.
Gavlan wheel, Gavlan deal. And that's like his entire dialogue. He's amazing. I love him. Was originally probably going to be in this like big tavern, uh, like bar place in like what is now the gutter, because like he's holding a tankard, and so that would have been super cool. And also like there was like a big loop where you could loop around in one area, find like a big torn down statue of the queen, which is big plot stuff and is really cool. Then you could have gone around into like the poison swamp, because of course there's a poison swamp. It's a FromSoft game. Uh, and then you'd
Yeah.
see a dragon skeleton being like torn apart by growing mushrooms. Right? So there's this fucking dragon skeleton with mushrooms growing from under it, like pulling the bones apart. That's awesome. That's like the coolest shit. If that was allowed to stick into the final game, I 100% believe that people would consider Dark Souls 2 better than Dark Souls 1. Like this area is that cool. And like the lore attached to it is that interesting.
Mm.
And also it would have made a bit more sense why the Rotten was a uh massive like sentient pile of human bodies. Like forming one sort of individual. Because if it was a massive town where people lived, then it makes sense why their dead would flow down into like the deeper depths of it and then coagulate into this like amalgamation of bodies.
Yeah.
Like that would have been awesome. And there's a lot more changes that they did that maybe didn't like add up to stuff being as cool as it could have been due to time. But like that's sort of the main thing. He's like, imagine if Dark Souls 2 had Blighttown but good. Now I don't know if you've played Dark Souls 1, so I don't know if you have that context, but Blighttown is
I have not.
people hate going through Blighttown. It is a it is a massive collection of like slums in a poison swamp with a bunch of demons shooting fire and things shooting poison and also plague at you from every direction. And you have to go through it to fight Quelaag, who's like the spider demon lady that people are like, oh, Quelaag titty. Because like there's half of a woman at the top of the design. The design's really cool. The boss fight's nice.
Mm.
But like people do
Yeah.
not like going through Blighttown. Imagine like that horrible place, but like good.
Mhm.
Blighttown, if it was epic, would have been the gutter alpha.
Yeah, no.
And again, there are some other changes and stuff that the game had to go through in terms of because like a new director happened, but like they should have kept that in and they should have kept developing that because I don't know, because I like it and so I'm gonna be angry that they didn't do something that I like.
Fucking alt-right grifters whenever there's a woman or a black person in a game.
I'm gonna be angry because they didn't do something that I like. Exactly. Uh, and with um and with The Hobbit, I know a lot less about the actual like pre-production that Guillermo del Toro was doing for it, because it was a long time ago now. And he's sort of hush hush about it, because I can like in interviews where he talked a bit about it, he looked so deeply sad and distraught about no longer being in the project, which means, in my mind, that he couldn't have quit. Like the 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 studio and everything that was like working on The Hobbit said he quit, but like he looked so distraught on not no longer being able to work on the Hobbit films. I feel bad for the man because he's like my favorite director. He directed that 2019 Pinocchio, and Leica Studio was like the main group of people that helped with the stop motion and like the character and creature design for that. So like
Yeah.
so like it it was made by
Dylan,
like
hold on,
all
give
those
me a second.
characters. Okay. But yeah, I will repeat this when you get back. The Anteaters are once again tearing through his wizard tower walls. Don't mind that. Uh, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Uh, is made by Brian Froud's son. And why that's really important and special to me is because the Frouds are amazing artists. They're some of my favorites. I believe her name's Wendy Froud, the mother. Like his mother and the wife of Brian Froud is the lady who created the design for Yoda in Star Wars and did a lot of the designs for the Muppets and like all this shit. And the Frouds met on the Dark Crystal when they were working on the creature and like puppet designs. And their baby son is the baby in Labyrinth, the funny David Bowie movie that they both also worked on. And he's the one that did the character and creature designs for Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and also a lot of things like box trolls. And I think he came in later. He came in late enough that he didn't do Coraline, I think. Well, like regardless. So like, uh, and also I really like the Hellboy movies, at least the first one that I've seen. I've actually seen the first two, but I mostly remember the first one. And I've also seen Pan's Labyrinth, which is insanely good. And so Del Toro is my favorite director. And the idea of him being on The Hobbit and doing all that like pre-production is awesome and cool and epic, and it makes me really really sad that he was never able to like finish that. And because he did those like 18 months of pre-production, it wasn't a small amount. He had a lot ready and then like got kicked out, means that Peter Jackson, who his vision was pretty good. It's Peter Jackson, and this is the Lord of the Rings like movie universe. So it's not exactly like he was gonna do a bad job. Um but like because he didn't have those 18 months of pre-production and there was a time limit. There was a time limit, so it was like constant crunch time. And so like it wasn't as good as it could have been, and I really wish that I could have seen Del Toro's version, because it sounded like he wanted to keep the tone a little more similar to the book and have it be a lot more whimsical, but also still tie into the Lord of the Rings movies. which would have been fucking awesome. It would have been epic. It would have been cool. It would have been absolutely poggers and marvelous, even. Ah, okay. I just saw something and I got a realization. It's not an issue. Hmm. And I, okay. Okay, I'm gonna get into a rant. I know I've been ranting, but I'm gonna get into an even bigger rant. Or I guess a more impassioned rant, not necessarily bigger. Okay. So basically, there's a lot of people, especially on YouTube, that decide that just fucking decide that like, oh, we're gonna like turn the Hobbit movies into one movie because the book was one book. That's no, that's not how that works. It was always meant to be two movies. I do think three was pushing it, but it was meant to be two because, like, a book's pacing is inherently very different to how a movie's pacing works. And if you stuck everything into one like multi-hour movie, it would feel rushed, and the pacing would be off and bad and stupid and dumb and bad and wrong. And and so people are like, "Oh yeah, get rid of Desolation Spell, get rid of fucking Battle of the Five Armies." That's that's not how that works. Enough happens in the move in the not in the movie in the book that's like back to back to back to back to back, just stuff happening, and that's not very good for a movie. The- Hold on, I shall return. Let me get my audio. Sorry about that. Somebody came in to ask about a thing that was happening and cool and awesome. I don't mind that. Uh, I did audio input capture. Alright, cool and pog and awesome even. Alright. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah. So all these people be like, yeah, well, I put it, I put it into one movie because one movie is better than three movies. It's like, no, it was always supposed to be Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, and Hobbit, There and Back Again, as a nod to the fucking, to the fucking, like, in-universe title of the book. I love you. I was letting my cat out. But yeah, no, and that's always what it was meant to be. And so I want to do a series, not even a series. I want to do a video. I want to do a video of me going through the Hobbit movies and through the Hobbit book. I'm gonna go through the Hobbit book and the Hobbit movies, and I'm going to see how I can rework the Hobbit movies in a way that allows me to keep hold of the things that made that special and highlighting the stuff that made the Hobbit book special
and sort of keeping as much of both of those things and highlighting what needs to be highlighted as much as possible. Because like all of these pieces of media are worthwhile and cool and like have things to say and are ultimately like worth your time. Right? Like they are worth your time to experience with a clear and unbiased mind to see what works and what doesn't. And I want to give them that. And I also want to do it for Dark Souls 2 and maybe like for both things go, okay, here's how to fix this. Here's what I think makes both of these things special and are things that we need to like keep and highlight and like facilitate the perception of, because like it's good to enjoy things. I like enjoying things. And I want other people to enjoy things. I think with Dark Souls 2 I want to do that with all of Dark Souls. So like I might turn that into a series, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine and cool. I also kind of want to do that with Harry Potter, but there's already somebody on YouTube that's doing that for Harry Potter and kind of better than I could. Uh, they just did a video for like, like an in-depth video of like how they would actually rewrite Harry Potter with as little changes possible, to make it good. And I thought, man, I would like to do that, but also this person has experience as a child's counselor working in the public school district of whatever part of England they're in and from. So like they have actual experience of like here's what would actually make sense. I think is the thing that is most like cool about this whole thing that they're doing is it's like here's how to make this whole thing actually make sense and to have all the characters have character arcs and trying to keep the page count relatively the same. It's an interesting thought experiment and I think I might want to try my hand at that. But that also means I have to read Harry Potter, and those books are mid. Those books are horribly mid, especially when Joanne there decides to like forego the use of an editor. Is a fucking mess to read. It's just a big fucking mess, and I don't like that very much. But like, that's another series where I'm like, what if I had changed this? I also want to do just a series of like, here's the stuff I like. Here's the stuff I grew up with. Here's the stuff that influenced me as a child. And maybe like, maybe this is why I am the way that I am. Right? Like at the end of the day, I think that's really what I want to do, plus some rewrites when needed. Septimus Heap series. I want to do a thing on them because they're super cool and I recommend that everybody get into them because they're awesome and cool and super cool and awesome. Super cool and fun, super cool and fun. There we go. Seems
Alright, I'm
potato.
back.
Oh, hi, welcome back. I was about to say, it seems like Potato Jeremy's having a rough time with those anteaters. While you were gone, I
Yeah.
had an entire rant.
Ah,
I'm not sure if I can recap. Like, I had an entire rant knowing you were gone. So it's not like I was trying to rant to you and didn't realize.
yeah.
But still, like, I did fucking. I it basically boils down to like I want to do like a whole series. I think I've talked to you about this. So you were like, "Oh, that would be cool. I'd like to edit for that." I might hold you to that, by the way, but only if you're not too busy, because I don't want to like swamp you with fucking work. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah, no.
where like I basically go through a lot of stuff that I grew up with, stuff that heavily influenced me, maybe fixing up some stuff that is like not great looking back. Like for instance, The Hobbit and Dark Souls 2 of like, well, you know, these are still very worthwhile pieces of media, right? Like it is worth enjoying. But also like here's what's going on with them and why they aren't perfect. You know, just do that sort of
Yeah,
whole
no.
like video essay style series. I also want to do something with Harry Potter in the sense of like I want to fucking rewrite it to make sense. Like because those books don't make sense. There are no character arcs or anything, and I was thinking like, should I do that? There's already somebody on YouTube doing it better than I ever could because they're a child counselor and have the experience of what it's like in a British school, which is like the whole like starting point of Harry Potter. Whereas like I'm an American who doesn't have that background. And
Yeah,
and
no.
at the end of it, I decided, no, you know what? It would still be worth it for me to like. It would still be worthwhile for me to do that.
Yeah,
This
no.
is the face of somebody who already knows you have games on your phone. Also, I I I looked at my Discord just because I just kind of look there sometimes. I forgot that I forgot for a split moment that the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remastered came out. Gremlin is playing it, and I'm jealous because I don't have the money to afford that.
Oh,
I
oh
am
yeah,
I I'm frankly quite jealous.
yeah.
I've never played Oblivion. I've played Skyrim. I really want to play Morrowind. I've never played
Neither do
Oblivion.
I.
I am watching a series on YouTube from I talked about them last stream, but I would tell you about them because they're funny. Uh a person on YouTube who does like let's play stuff named Lyle Schnub. And like they're super cool. They do Morrowind Mondays where like they play Morrowind every Monday. Like they release Morrowind episode of like their Morrowind series every Monday. They're going to like Tamriel Rebuilt, which is a really cool mod. And now because they named their character after them and like you know voice the characters because it's all text on the screen because it's Morrowind, it's old. They didn't have voice acting.
Mm.
Specifically, the way that he does the Imperial voice has become sort of like a verbal tick for me almost. So sometimes I'll just be sitting there and randomly go, greetings, Lyle Schnub. It's like he's not here. That's the man's real last name. He's very chill and cool. I
You
like
hear
him a
that?
lot. And he's started doing a series on Oblivion Remaster. There's only like 2 episodes in now.
Hold on, give me a sec.
All right. He's being called back into the he's being called back into the unfold. And I said this last stream, and I said it in the Discord, and I'll say it once again. Go listen to fucking Midst. It's so fucking good. It's so good. Massive fucking shout out. So fucking good. I think once I do the line art for this, I'm gonna start on working on this dude's little buddies, his little goons, but not his gooners. He doesn't have gooners. You see, because him and his posse have a healthy relationship with their sexuality. And they're just kind of chill with that. There we are. Sorry for the silly noise. I'm focusing on drawing. Wow, wow, wow. I feel bad that I was kind of just ranting at my friend. Once Potato Jeremy gets back, I'm going to be like, hey, what do you want to talk about? Because I've been ranting this whole time. Like, I could keep ranting. I could. I'm good at ranting. I'm good at talking. And I get better every single day that I talk. Talking is cool and fun. Super cool and fun. I don't know how much I want to say because I could just start spoiling stuff, and I don't want to. I don't want to spoil things because stuff is really good. There's good media out there, it turns out, and it's worth enjoying. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was watching. I started watching, but I need to watch more of. Cinema Wins. I like Cinema Wins a lot because it's it's more fun to enjoy things. It's more fun to enjoy things. stuff is cool sometimes. Sometimes people make good stuff, and sometimes like you know, sort of like Pokemon, something is everybody's favorite. You know, like there's somebody out there that likes a thing, and so it's worthwhile to explore like why is this liked, right? Like not downplay the actual genuine flaws, but sit back and go, okay, why do people like this? Right? Let's talk about the good stuff. Because sometimes media can be pretty negative. Like reaction media, I mean. Of like, this sucks, it's a doo-doo feces. What the hell is with this game? And all that. And so, sometimes it's worthwhile to just like sit back and enjoy something. There's a lot of media that I like that certainly isn't anywhere near perfect. It has a lot of flaws. The development of the media was troubled, or or like it was not actually executed the best, but like has a lot of heart to it. And sometimes that's enough to be cool. On Sunday, I'm going to be going back to Undertale Yellow. I'm very excited. Oh shit, he died. Potato Jeremy is dead. Long live Potato Jeremy. As is the case often. A new potato will sprout from an old potato's eye. Alright, he reconnected. He shall be back in some time. There's construction in his wizard tower, so, his connection to magic may be a little flimsy, a little flim-flam. A little bit fucky, even. There we go. Okay, popping my joints. Which joints? Yeah, all of them. All my joints. All my joints, frankly. Fur. Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole damn club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shoulda got low, 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 low. God, that reminded me of something that I saw earlier that I really don't like our slang is being caught being I use like what's the term is being used for profit. Our slang has been turned into a marketing ploy by big companies to try and like pardon me, to get to like push more products and like shit down our throats. We That's fucking sad. That fucking sucks, and I don't like it. Because I like language to be for the people, by the people, and of the people, frankly. Oh, that's another thing I hate. I hate the rise in usage of frankly in myself and others since 2016. Actually, no, 2015. Both Trump admins have done terrible things to the American English language. That's what's gonna happen when you have like 10 years roundabout of, somebody being at the head of your country. Not 10 years of someone being at the head of your country, but 4 years of them actually being as the head, 4 more years of them not being the head, but still like being really loud, and a year or so at the beginning of them campaigning. That's already like 9 years, and then this year of the new admin. Right, that's just kind of what happens. Is the way that the person in charge speaks ends up influencing how everyone else speaks. It's very unfortunate because he speaks very poorly and I don't like him. But, it's just gonna kind of happen. It's fine. Sorry for popping my back. I hope that didn't pop up on stream. Should be fine. Why is my internet so bad? Oh well, it should be fine. Alright. Well. Regardless of all the bad things happening right now and the people who are genuinely being hurt and deserve our help and that we should help, and I would like to help, and I'm going to help once I'm able. Hold on. Somebody's messing with my door. That was my cat. I've never heard Penelope make those noises on the door before. Hi. You wanna? Hi. No? There we go. Hi. Let me scoot this over like this. Hi. Fucking crashing noises. That's cool. And Pog. Just a moment. Okay, there we go. I need to readjust. And shit. It's a bit warm in here, so I'm taking off my sweatshirt. It's a shirt for sweating, and I don't need to sweat right now. Here. Let me check on potato Jeremy. There we go. Well, now, 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 no, 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 no. Oh, do, 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 do. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah, boy. Well, that is certainly that is certainly a toenail. That is also certainly a toenail. A toe is being nailed to a cross as we speak, much like a thumb from Spy Kids. See, because that is the morally right thing to do with a thumb, or in this case, a toe.
Sorry, I'm back.
Hi, welcome back. I forgot what I was talking about while you were gone. The very last thing I said was a toe being nailed to a cross like a thumb from Spy Kids. I don't know what the fuck I meant, but I said that, and I'm not taking it back. I've made some progress on the drawing while you were gone. You know, I'm very jealous of a regular
What?
gremlin right now because they are playing
I,
fucking. Sorry, what? I heard you start saying a thing. What were you saying?
uh,
Are, are you dying? Have you finally taken in too much magic into your system? Have I finally has the poison finally started working?
no.
All right, Pog. Yeah, Pog, that's good. Don't want you dying today. Oh, well, Mellow.
God fucking damn it.
It's fine. I mean, it's annoying for on your end. It's annoying for you, I can tell, but it's not an issue.
Alright. So, what you fucking doing?
Um, like I said, I'm working on concept art for a boss for my game because that's normally what I do today.
Okay.
As you said, you've been a bit busy to work on a lot of stuff for your game, and so I figured, you know what, I'm gonna draw a clown. And so I
Draw a
have been.
clown.
I'm hoping to work on some of this guy's goons, some of the like basic enemies.
His goons.
Yeah, his goon squad, his gooners even. Well, not his gooners because they're actually they don't represent that. I'm not sure what they represent yet, but they represent something.
Mm.
But like I said, the whole point of like the game is that it is in an in-universe circus, and much like Cirque du Soleil, the circus is putting on a show, and in the show's universe, uh, this is uh this is one of many like different universes that the main character, played by the player, is going through. And this one you have to defeat it because he's destroying a town. And like you also fight some of his goons, and I want to design them because they're also going to be based on like snow monkeys, like macaques, sort of like how this guy is, but they're going to be a lot smaller and probably rounder too, just because I think that silhouette's funny.
Yeah.
And once I do that, I can send it to my fucking game dev Discord to the people that have basically charged to be like, hey, I'm
Wow.
going to help you with this now. So that I could be like, hey, I'm making some fucking progress. I'm not leaving you out to dry, even though you asked to be a part of this.
You know, there's it's like
Oh shit, he died. He deaded. Oh my, oh my, oh my god, our dog Potato Jeremy is dead. Hello.
you know what, I'm done. I'm fine with that shit.
Oh shit.
I'll try I'll try again next week, but god damn it, this is just
Yeah, it's fine. It is fine. Uh,
Hold
thanks
on.
for coming on. Yeah, sorry that tech problems keep happening.
It's all fine. It ain't your fault. It's my dumbass fault for installing the fucking Windows update.
Man, rip.
Eh.
God, I really need to find the time to like change from change away from Windows because I don't want Windows 11, and they're
Yeah.
canceling Windows 10 in October.
Mm.
And I've heard Windows 11 sucks and is bad for computers.
Yeah, sounds about right. All right. Do I just like hold on.
I can hold on. I can make your thing invisible.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. There we go. All right, and now it is gone, and then you can just leave. Thank you so much for coming on. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I know it's not my fault, but I'm still
hey,
sorry for you.
it's it's all good, man. It's all good, man. You know, shit happens. Next week I'll hopefully try and be on here. You know, but Potato Jeremy will return.
Whoops.
Funny wizard time. But yeah, no,
Funny
see you later,
fucking
dog.
wizard time.
Yeah, no, see you later, dog.
Yep. Just see you, Jeremy.
See.
Well, that was certainly a turn of events. Let me update. Yep. Back in. Alright, back to being fucking a solo. Oh shit, my Twitch is buffering. Twitch? Twitch? Hello, Twitch. There we go. Alright, things are kind of working. Alright. Yeah, no, so, yeah. We tried to make that collab. It's not even a collab because he doesn't really have any streaming thing. It's just that he had a friend on. Uh, you know, his pondering orb was malfunctioning. Oh well. You know, shit happens. In the meantime, as opposed to in the nice time, uh, though mean does not mean bad, of course. I will continue to work on this. Yes, I might as well, you know? I enjoy doing stuff. Doing stuff is awesome. I'm going to go to Task Manager now. I didn't mean to run as administrator, but that's fine. I'm ending task on Discord so that my stuff comes in clearer and cooler and more awesome. And epic, even. And I'm going to close the file explorer because I don't really need it. And now I have a couple less applications messing with my stuff. That is cool and even epic. I'm actually quite epic if you really twink about it. And I would like to twink about it, but I grow a little too much hair to twink about it. Oh well, it's shame. It's shame. It's shame, but there's no problem. God, that fucking reminds me. God, fucking Ravenloft. Best character in the entire fucking thing. It's no fun. It's no Blinsky. It's no fun. It's no Blinsky. You know, Blinsky the toy maker. I fucking love that guy. He looks like Jack Black. They should make a Curse of Strahd movie and have Jack Black be Blinsky. Is no fun? Is no Blinsky. Simple as. I am placing blocks and shit 'cause I'm in fucking Ravenloft. I am making toys and shit 'cause I am fucking Blinsky. Oh my god. Is that fucking me? Because I am fucking Steve. Oh yeah. I am placing blocks and shit. I like singing. Singing is fun. Singing is a not uniquely human trait, mind you. Most animals sing in some variety, especially semi or fully social animals. It is a way, it is a thing that people do that does feel very human, it feels very lively. It makes people feel alive, you know? And ultimately, that makes it pretty cool. It's like any other art form in that sense. It's unique in the fact that it's unique. It's singing compared to any other art form. However, it much like all art, it makes life a lot more colorful. I will not throw my hat into the ring of the life imitates art or art imitates life argument. I do not care, frankly. But I will say it's pretty. Art makes life better, and you can't appreciate art if you're not like alive. So, I think both are pretty cool. I think both living and making art are pretty cool, even if neither things are perfect or even good sometimes. Like sometimes I make bad art and sometimes really, really horrible bad things happen in life. Why are you diagonal like that? That's pretty funny. I am his. Ooh. Ooh, that back pop was lovely. It was lovely and cool. I am placing blocks and shit 'cause I'm in fucking Minecraft. Oh my god. Is that a fucking pig? Because I am fucking Steve. Oh yeah. It sucks that plans didn't work out for today, but yeah, that's fine. Life is chaotic like that. If things worked out every single day, then it wouldn't be exciting when stuff does work out. Unfortunately, you can't have good days every day. Sometimes you just need to have a bad day. You need to be okay with having a bad day. That doesn't mean like wallow in your bad dayness. It means just like seeing that your day is bad, accepting that is bad sometimes, and moving forward and trying to figure out how not to have as bad a day. And sometimes it is just kind of out of your control. Sometimes the day's just bad and it's not anything that you've done or like even the people around you have done. And while it sucks, right? And
there are things that need to be done, sometimes it's just okay to feel bad. Sometimes it's okay to have a feel bad day. You need to give yourself the space to feel bad sometimes. That's certainly something that I'm trying to do. I don't know how successful I'm being, but that's certainly, something I'm trying. Ah, I love Outer Wilds music. It's very good. Boy, I tell you, gamers, I'm tired today. I'm tired every day, basically. So I probably should stop saying like, "Oh, I'm tired," because, no. When am I not? Honestly, the world that I live in kind of is unfun right now. Frankly, there's a lot of bad stuff going on, and it would be stupid and also bad of me not to acknowledge that bad stuff is happening. But I'm also trying my best not to like wallow in that existential sadness. Because there's always going to be stuff that's worth living for. Right? I hate how influential Neil Gaiman has been in my life because it turns out he's not a great person. But like, he's fine. He's cool. As an author, not as a person. His stuff is very influential to me, particularly like American Gods and Coraline, Graveyard Book, Good Omens. All very good. All very, very good properties, very good books. Very worthwhile, I think. I was just thinking because earlier I was trying to sing along to a couple of songs by the Scissor Sisters. Uh and I don't have the range for that. My singing voice doesn't really get high enough for that consistently to be able to like actually do that kind of range. No matter how much I love Don't Feel Like Dancing and why am I forgetting the name of it? Can't Decide. No matter how good those songs are, and they're very good, I just don't have the range, and I want to sing them in karaoke. Now, what would be very cool to do, but this would take a much larger audience, would be to have some sort of Discord karaoke. Doesn't matter how good people sing, because that's not the point of karaoke. Karaoke isn't about singing well. It's about having a good time. And to some extent, like some part of having a good time is singing decent enough to like,
have fun with it, but regardless, I think it'd be super cool and awesome.
I don't feel like dancing in front of the Okay, let's see. The way I play. I feel like dancing, dancing. I also need to learn all the words to that one. I do know, I can't decide. I can't decide whether you should live or die. Or you probably go to heaven. Please don't hang your head and cry. No wonder why my heart feels dead inside. It's cold and hard and petrified. Lock the doors and close the blinds. We're going for a ride. Oh, I could bury you alive. You might crawl out with a knife and kill me. So I'm singing, that's why I can't decide whether you should live or die. Oh, you probably go to heaven. Please don't hang your head and cry. No wonder why. My heart feels dead inside. It's cold and hard and petrified. Lock the doors and close the blinds. Are going for a ride. Hey, lock the door. Well, I know where that accent originally comes from now. Well, one, like the posh Southern aristocrat kind of voice. I think might come from Yorkshire a little bit because of the way they say moa and doa and shoa. Oh, I sure do. Oh, for sure. You just plumb broke my heart. Like that kind of voice. I like that voice. Unfortunately, it has very negative ties because, as you can imagine, Southern well-off Southern aristocrat probably has some associations with the whole establishment of slavery. Much like most things in the United States, it's problematic and kinda sucks if you look at it for long enough. Oh well, it shouldn't matter. It's all fine. It shouldn't matter none. As long as you're aware of all the faults of something and you continue to enjoy it anyways. It's more about being conscientious with all of the things that you enjoy. Have some media literacy. There's some media literacy there. There we go. I'm just a Southern belle. I like that voice. I like it a lot. I like different varieties of Southern drawl. I also like this one right here. It's very good, very nice, very sick. I can't figure out where Yeah, I can't figure out where this one's from, but I think it might be a little bit of a mix of a lot of places. It's very nice. It's not quite Texan. It's not quite Appalachian. It might be somewhere. It might be somewhere like not Alabama, not Georgia. Yeah, not Georgia, anywhere, not anywhere in particular. It was, if you, if you want to get that old Southern twang, you sound more like you're from Tennessee or Appalachia. That voice that I'm doing is very bad. I want to stop. There we go. All right. America has accents. I'd like to keep it that way, frankly. And by accents, I mean accents plural instead of just, you know, the American accent. It's kind of boring to have an accent for an entire continent, like one accent throughout a whole continent. That doesn't sound very nice to me. That's not a very fun thing to have. There's some like accent diversification that I really like SoCal's doing its own thing. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we're kind of doing our own thing, but it's very influenced by Canada, and we're and obviously there's multiple accents in the South. Some are getting taken away, some are merging. It's complicated. New York City is sort of losing its very distinct one for some fucking reason. Bring it back, please. Bring it back. Make it more prevalent. It doesn't matter none. Please. Okay. I'll join a play. I don't feel like dancing, yeah, no sir, not today. I don't feel like dancing. Do. Alright, well. I don't feel like dancing, yeah, no sir, not today. Oh, well. Okay, gamers, so what I'm going to do, and don't mind me, is I'm going to be right back because I need to do a thing like get water. I have returned, I have hydration, and I'm ready to continue drawing. My mouse has been flashing, say, like, low battery, please give me another battery. I'm hungry for like 2 days. And I'm a little anxious about seeing when it sort of decides to give out. Let me reboot Twitch real quick. Alright. I don't feel like dancing if I want to play. Okay, so here's the dealio. So the whole entire dealio. I'm going to merge you with layer below. And what I'm going to do, and what I'm going to try and do at least, is I want to have these funny little guys. Let me increase your fucking size. Let me increase your fucking size. Super 16. God, that reminds me, one of the funniest fucking videos I've seen in a while is just the Scottish guy talking about a wee bit of juice, wee bit of juice, and turns out the wee bit of juice is fucking shite. My accent was just very terrible. Don't mind me. I'm practicing. And practicing means that I'm not great at it. Now you're probably wondering, is this an Among Us? I will not confirm or deny any association with an Amongoid type creature. What I will say is it wasn't intentional. This might already be the best thing I've ever drawn in my entire life. Look at him. Look at him. Look at that. I don't feel like dancing in the old Joanna play. I feel like dancing, dancing. God, look at his old friend. Look at his friend. I don't feel like dancing in the old Johanna play. I'm a widow with a beauty. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. I love these little guys so much. Oh. Oh fuck yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm making something beautiful. Oh. Yes. 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 Oh, look at look at look at this little guy. Yes. my god. Oh my god, I love him. And then they put on like a big cartoony eyebrow, like angry eyebrows to make them look evil because they're the little villain guys. This is amazing. I don't feel like dancing, dancing. Also, it'd be really funny if they still had like the red like monkey ass, but like they're this shape. Look at this little asshole. I love him. Look at this little fucking clown asshole. Look at this little fucking bastard right here. Look at him. Look at him. Look how good he is. He's doing a wonderful job in the circus performance. Look at him. He can do no wrong. And his job is to do a lot of wrong. Like, can you blame him? Look at this guy. Look at this little man. Me. With the big fucking hands and the big fucking feet, like he's a fucking hobbit or some shit. Where's the milk, Jacob? You heard me. Where's the hobbit milk? The milk that the hobbits make. Hmm. I feel like dancing. I am so happy that this guy spawned from my Brian, my powerful, wrinkly Brian in my head. What if I lowered it down to... Actually, no, let me raise it to 10 to see if that feels good. I think that this little guy is simple enough that I can just sort of put him in situations. I can put him in funny little devices. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I'm learning so much about this little guy. Look at him. Oh, look at this. Man, me looking at this little clown guy is must be how it feels when a Nurgle cultist looks at a little Nurgling and goes, "Oh, look at you," and then the Nurgling sharts in their armor and they're like, "Well, I guess, well, okay, I guess." No, I suppose. And And then you just like, yeah, and then you just like do this, right? Yeah, yeah. uh, Fun fact: these evil, angry eyebrows are going to be like actual physical parts of their design. This isn't just like a stylized, oh, they're evil and angry. No, these are on their suit. Which means that they're not actually scowling like that. But what they're actually, what they're actually doing, what their face actually looks like is like this. I love drawing little guys. Oh. Oh, yes. Yeah. Look at this mischievous bastard. This little bollocks, man. You know, I don't think this little guy would turn out as good if I used my ink brush rather than my sketch brush. Yeah, I really do think that the brush or the medium really influences what uh character design ends up looking like. Because sometimes something looks better with a certain texture, and sometimes something looks worse with when it's exactly the same except with a different texture. And so, yeah, because of this basic pencil for soft sketch brush that I use, it's just default to Krita. Uh, I've ended up creating this magical little guy. I think this is what my version of like a little tiny nerdling or like the very small basic little demon guy would be if I was a chaos deity. They'd look like this. They'd be little mischievous scamps. Well, I don't know what I'd be the deity of. Probably mischief. I'd be the chaos god of silly. And simply clowning around. There we go. Okay. Greetings, Lyle Schnaub. If you, if what you say is to be true, that means you are the Nervarine. Then it is your quest to defeat the evil Dagoth Ur. If you're really as you say, then you shall reunite the Ashlander tribes. Just gonna wait for just a moment. Sometimes you need to make stuff that makes you happy. Sometimes an artist needs to realize that, they can make anything. And so, sometimes you just make stuff like this. Sometimes this just happens and it's very fun and cool. This is so gonna be the thumbnail for this VOD. Oh my god. Like this little creature, this la criatura. I mean, look at it. It would have been really nice if technical difficulties didn't happen. However, I'd like to think that it led to this happening, and honestly, this is really funny. Look at this little guy. I may need to readjust the hands, but you know, other than that, I think this little guy's perfect. I think that he's a perfect little boy. Nothing wrong has been done in his entire life. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Kagamia, Kagamia, hi, Shate, you're the best, I'm the best, oh yeah. Kagamia, Kagamia, Horamate, you're the best on each one way. They're singing brim bam bam brim bam bam brim bam bam bam. Brim bam bam brim bam bam brim bam bam bam. Brim bam bam brim bam bam brim bam bam bam. You're the best, you're the best always. Alrighty, well, I do indeed see that the thing is happening. I will have to readjust the hands a little bit to be a little bit smaller. But I believe I can pause that and I can go to just chatting. I believe that I will do that another time. And I will do my ending read. I've been Bajongles. You can find me over here on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. Please consider following me over here. I like to think that I'm very cool. You can also find me over on Bluesky and Tumblr. At BigBoyArt1. I like to post there. It is where I also post notifications for when I go live. You can also check me out on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, hi, welcome YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe. Very cool, very awesome. And I post on to YouTube. I do my best to, anyways. A week after a VOD happens. And then I, again, on Blue Sky and Tumblr, like to announce when those videos are up.
And with that, it has been a wonderful stream. I do again. I wish that technical difficulties didn't happen, but c'est la vie. Such is life. Catch you on the flip flop. On Sunday, I'll be streaming Undertale Yellow again. Bye bye.